So last video I told you that there was a shortcoming to this design, and the reason why is because the strategies could mutate the model. So a strategy could come here and say model.setPset, so for example 2 and just say player dot piece, not player, piece dot oh, nobody's stopping the strategies for kind of wiping out the whole board. So how do we solve this? Well, we have to pass in here a model that is unmutable. So we have to pass into the interface a model that is immutable. So how can we achieve this? Well, there's two approaches to this. One approach is to use the adapter pattern. Okay, so I can create an adapter. So we'll say Java class, and I'll say immutable model. And the immutable model is going to implement the same interface as the regular model. Okay, and it's going to take a delegate, and the delegate is going to be the actual model. So I'll say I tic-tac-toe model delegate. All right, and then we'll say here, we'll write the constructor immutable model I tic-tac-toe model delegate, and I will say this dot delegate equals delegate. And now for all the methods that don't modify the model, so the immutable methods, I will just go to the delegate and say I will delegate to the delegate. So I'll say delegate.get height, delegate.get goal, delegate.get piece at row column. Now for set piece set, since this is not allowed, I will say I will throw a new unsupported operation exception. It says this model cannot be mutated. Okay, so if somebody tries to call setPset, it will get an exception, and then the other ones, let's say delegate.get game status, and then delegate.get winner. So now when I go to my play method in my model, right? So let's go to my play. Where is our play method here? Where is our play? What happened? I'm just going to zoom out a little bit, see if I can find it. Wait, where is our play method? Oh shoot, the controller has the play method. Okay. So now when I right here, when I pass in the model to my strategies right there, I won't pass the original model. I will create here a new immutable model, and I will pass in the model. So I'm creating here the adapter for the model, and the adapter is the immutable model, right? So I'll do it like this, right? That's the way to do it if you already have an interface and you cannot change the existing interface. Now, if you're starting from scratch, you can go another route, which is kind of nicer, and you don't have an adapter class. So the other approach is if you look at the interface currently for the model, let's find it on here, right? It has all of the methods in it. So one way to construct your interfaces is in two parts. You will have an read-only interface, and then you will have the regular interface that extends the read-only interface. So here's what I'm saying. Whenever you make a new model, you can make a read-only model interface, right? The read-only model interface it's going to have all the getters and all the methods that don't mutate the object. So I will go to my tic-tac-toe model, and I will get read, get goal, get p set. So I'll get everything except for now where is the new interface? Read-only model. I will put everything in here besides the mutating methods. So okay, there, and then I will go to my actual interface, and I will say the tic-tac-toe model extends my read-only model interface. This is pretty cool, right? So now when I go to my strategies, my strategies will not take a tic-tac-toe model. They will take a read-only model interface. They will take a read-only model. So now when I go and I'll have to modify my my signature here. What do we call it? Read model interface, right? So then the strategies, don't have access to the setters. But be careful. If you have an interface already given to you, like we did in our case, you can go ahead and just rewrite the interface. You're changing existing code. Remember, it's closed to modification, open to extension. So what I did here with the read-only interface works if you're starting from scratch. If you already have an interface, don't go ahead and modify the existing code. So then you would write an adapter. But if you're starting from scratch, I mean, it depends on situation, really. It's not like when you go work, you might not be able. You might have to do what they tell you to do, but generally, and also for the exams, you shouldn't be modifying code that we give you. You should always be extending the code. So this is if you're starting from scratch. Okay, this is pretty neat. I hope it made sense with the read-only interface and the regular interface that extends the read-only one. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll review the class code.